So now we are in the last part in this chapter, in this lesson, how to discuss the solution of a system of three equations. What does it mean, how to discuss the solution of a system of three equations? It means that I have a parameter m in the system, and I need to discuss according to the value of this value of m, the three cases. It means for which value of m I have a unique solution, no solution, and infinitely many solutions. First, you need to know that, as I said before, that it's totally different than the system of two equations. So when I say there is a unique solution, it means first I'm working in 3D, and it means that the three lines can meet in one point. When I say there is no solution, it doesn't mean that the lines are parallel, because in 2D, when we say there is no solution, it means the lines are parallel. No, here in this case, I could have three parallel lines. I could have two lines that they meet, the third doesn't meet, or I can have this form. So when I say no solution, that means that the lines are parallel. And I can have also infinitely many solutions or infinitely many triplets that satisfy all the equations. It means there is a variable that change, and when this variable changes, it gives me a new solution. You'll see it now in the video. So how I will discuss it, how do we able to do it? Let's see how we're gonna do it. To be able to discuss the solution according to the value of m, we need to use Gauss method. So you cannot discuss it properly. Sure, you can solve it normally, but the best way is to use the Gauss method. How are we gonna use the Gauss method? So all the time we will look at the last row, and you know that we need all the time to make the last row, the first two values zeros. Now, if I got in the last row that I have 0, 0, 0, and a, and the number that's not equal to 0, it means if I want to translate this information, it means as I'm saying that I have 0x, 0y plus 0z is equal to a. It means as I'm saying that 0 is equal to a number, and 0 is equal to a number, it's impossible, no solution. So every time I need to discuss that there is no solution, I need to take this value equal to 0 and this one not equal to 0. And in this case, I will be in the case no solution. Now, if the last row is 0, 0, 0, all it's 0, it means that I'm in the case of 0 equal to 0. What does mean 0 equal to 0? It means I have infinitely many solutions. In this case, I will eliminate the last row, and I can put, let's say, z is equal to t, and then we find x and y in terms of t. And in this case, I'm in the case where that I have infinite triplet, many triplets that are solutions of this system. I will give you an example, and I put the last case. So as I did already what I want to do, and here what I got here, I got 0, 0, 0, 0. So in this case, my system becomes as a system of two equations with three unknowns. And then I will say let zb is equal to t, and then I will replace that by t. So I will get x plus 2y equal to 3 minus t, and x plus y is equal to 1 minus 2t. And in this case, I need to eliminate to find x or y. If I subtract those two equations, I will get what is the value of y. X minus x gives me 0. So I will have y is equal to 2 plus t. So I got that in terms of t. I got y in terms of t. What's still missing? I need to find x in terms of t. And then I will replace or in the first or in the second. Here I did it in the uh, I um, I replace it in the first one. So x is equal 1 minus 2t. Sorry, I did it in the first one. X is equal 3 minus t minus 2t, or minus 2y, minus 4 minus 2t. And I got x in terms of t. And then so this is the solution of the system. So for t is equal to 0, it gives me a solution. For example, if t is 0, I have the first solution minus 1, 2, 0. For example, if I got t1, it's another solution. Minus 1 minus 2, so I have minus 4, I have 3, 1, and goes on. So this is what does it mean? I have infinitely many triplets. So this is a triplet, this is another triplet, more and more and more. And all those triplets will be a solution for the system of equation. And if the last row is 0, 0, I have here a number that's not equal to 0, and here it's another number. And it means that when A and B exist, so here I have a unique solution. B can be 0. If B is 0, and here, for example, as I have 2, 2z is equal to, it means z is 0, that can be 0, and then you can find x and y. This one cannot be equal to 0. This one can be equal to 0. B here can be equal to 0. So in this case, I have a unique solution. So I'll give you an example. We'll do it. So the question is, discuss according to the value of m the number of solution of this system. So I will start first to solve it as a Gauss method. So I wrote all the coefficients as we did before, and then my objective is to make sorry, not this one. I want to write it on the other one. So my objective is to make this and this zeros, and once I have those zeros I can start to discuss. So first I want to focus on making this one zero, so I can say to have this one zero I will multiply the first line by 2 minus the second line, 2l1 minus l2. So 2 times 2, 2 times 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, 2 times minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3, 2m plus 1, and 4 minus 3 it's 1. Then I still have to make this one 0, so I did L1 minus L3, 1 minus 1, 0, minus 1 minus 1 minus 2, m minus minus 2, it's m plus 2, and 2 minus 5 is minus 3. And then my objective is to make this, I still have this one to be 0, so I can multiply this line by minus 2 over 3. So in this case, I'll have here 2, and then I will add it with the third row, and here it becomes 0. So I did this operation, and then I will get this result. Since I have a fraction, the best way not to have a fraction, I can multiply it by 3. And this is my final result. And then I just need to look at this case here. And this is my focus now, those two. And then I look at it. Can this one be the case of infinitely many solutions? It cannot, because minus 11 cannot be equal to 0. If there was an m here and it will be the same m, it could be possible. So can't have the case infinitely many solutions. Now, if this is 0, so if minus m plus 4 is equal to 0, it means if m is 4, I will have 0 equal to a number, so there is no solution. And for m not equal to 4, I will have a unique solution. So it's very simple. You make Gauss, you're going to reach to the case 0, 0, 0, and then you look at those two here, it's here, and then you start to discuss according to those values. If those both are at 0 at the same time, it means many solutions. If this is 0, this is not 0, it means no solution. And when this is not 0 and here it exists, there is a number, it means there is a unique solution. That's it for this lesson. Sure, we will do more practice on the class, and this one will help you to get more in the course.